been a hot minute since I played the N64. The last game I reviewed was Custom Robo back in August, and Custom Robo was a fantastic game. The N64's library is significantly smaller than the PlayStation 1. This console was also one of my favorites though. My best friend, this is his favorite system, and he really got me into this console when we were kids and kind of converted me to be a Nintendo fanboy, believe it or not, for just, when I was growing up in the 2000s. There were a lot of games that I've seen though in the past that I always wanted to check out, but haven't, so I figured why the hell not? Let's play some N64, and I thought Star Soldier Vanishing Earth was a cool candidate for this. The N64 is definitely littered with platformers and a lot of sports games and racing games. You don't see shoot-em-ups too much on this system at all. This is definitely one that stuck out to me, and I just got done playing through this game, and I definitely want to discuss what's going on with it. So, is this game at all worth your time to check out and play? I'm here today to review Star Soldier Vanishing Earth for the N64.
Main weapon power. Mission clear.
Star Soldier Vanishing Earth was developed by Hudson Soft, and it was released in 1998 for the Nintendo 64. Hudson Soft's definitely well known. They've made some awesome game series: Bomberman, Bonk, Adventure Island, Bloody Roar, and hell, they even made most of the Mario parties until like 2012. Star Soldier is kind of an old game series. It actually debuted in 1986 on the NES, and then it just kind of evolved from there. It was on TurboGrafx-16, and eventually they kind of took a break, and then they made this game in 1998. The story is about what you would expect with a shoot-'em-up kind of game. In the year 2092 AD, the human race face a threat to their very existence. These bad guys are called the Zeograd. But Earth, they're using their defenders, the SIA, Special Interception Air Force, and pretty much these ships just go out to take out their armada and stop these bad dudes from taking over Earth. As you know from the footage, this game is a vertical scrolling shooter, and this game definitely has its own control scheme, especially for a shoot-'em-up. You move with the control stick, and you can also use the D-pad if you want to. Your A button is your fire button, your normal attack. Your B button is your bomb blast, and just like any other shmup, you just use the B button, and it's a screen cleaner kind of deal here. You do have one more bomb attack, it's your Z button. This time though, usually you shoot like a huge giant projectile, like Hyper Beam or some shit, and it does a lot of damage. It's pretty cool. You can press and hold the C down button, and you'll actually speed up. I actually didn't know about this until after I beat the game. The last function, probably the best function you have. You press the R button, you do a roll, the shield goes around you for like maybe 1 second, and it's a good way to dodge enemy fire. A lot of times in shmups, especially bullet hells, you have all these bullets coming at you and you can just die easily. Well, in this game, it's definitely a little bit more forgiving because the shield definitely helps you out and you can use it all the time. The game is made up of 7 missions entirely, and you have 3 ships to choose from. You have the red ship, and I think this one's the best one. It has like diagonal shots, and it's the most balanced in terms of speed and such. This is definitely a good one to pick if you want to just play this game for a little bit. Then you have the blue one. The blue one's pretty fast, but his shots are very slow. The shots are piercing though, so they actually do go through enemies to kill other enemies behind them, so there is one advantage with that. The green one is definitely the slowest ship, but he's got a lot of range around him. He can shoot from left to right, even all the way to up. Following the formula of every other shoot-'em-up that's happened before this game, yes, you just go through the level like you normally would, blast a bunch of enemies, then you fight a boss. Same old classic fun you'd see in any other game like this. An FYI for anyone out there who's interested, this game does support the Rumble Pack too, so if you got one, I definitely would use it. It might actually make the experience better with this game since there's a lot of shooting involved. As with any other game that's like this, you beat the mission, beat the boss, and move on to the next. The grace of this game provides though is whenever you do lose and get a game over, you just start that whole mission again, so it's not very punishing like other games can be where you have to start the whole game again, so that's a nice little touch. There's not too many power pickups in this game, there's only 2. One of those is your yellow E here, and this right here powers up your main attack. So you get a few of these in the top right corner, or it says like 3, 2 or whatever it is, that's actually your power level. So you can max out, but make sure to get those, and if you do die, you will use your power up at least a little bit. I don't think completely, I didn't see that, so it does go down though when you do die. The last one is the green P, and this is just your bomb pretty much, and that's in the middle column right there in the top right, and anytime you use the B or Z button, it will use some of that. A quick note too is you can go to the options menu before you start playing the game, and they do have a difficulty setting, so you can play on either beginner, normal, or hard. and it's a good way to learn the game. If you want to play on beginner, you're given like a ton of lives. That's what I did when I first played this game, and you can learn how the game works, and then you can go to the next difficulty and challenge yourself. The levels are pretty much what you would expect in a game like this. It's very sci-fi themed here, and you're in space, you go down, space corridors, you're even over the ocean a couple times, and the bosses are also really cool too. They're like Gundam mech kind of things, and just fighting them can be kind of fun. They pose much of a challenge, but I wouldn't say this is the most challenging game I've ever played in this genre, but still fun nonetheless. There are secret paths that you can take. I never got a chance to even witness like what these paths do or where they go, but wanted to mention that in case anyone was interested in knowing. As far as game modes go, it's pretty limited. All you have is 1-player mode, and then you can do 2-minute or 5-minute mode. And all those do, pretty much, you just gotta go through as fast as you can to shoot and all that stuff, kill a boss, and that's pretty much it. I guess it's just kind of a warm-up is what those are. One thing this game does do well though is the music. The music is very fitting. I don't know, it just has that 90s kind of like synth sound to it with games back then. Especially works with shoot 'em ups, and you would hear this in a lot of Hudson Soft games too, so I really dig the soundtrack. Star Soldier Vanishing Earth is definitely worth your time to check out on the N64. This game's a load of fun. It doesn't really reinvent the wheel or anything. I do like the shield idea though, that is pretty cool. I think the game overall is very good. I do wish it had 2-player co-op or something like that. I think it is missing some small things like that, but overall as a game, this game is fantastic. I still prefer the PS1 shoot 'em ups, like Ray Storm or Einhander, but this is still a good game nonetheless. I really wish I played this back in the day, because this game is a load of fun and definitely worth checking out if you're a Hudson Soft fan or a shoot 'em up fan. I appreciate this game too for being, ambitious in a way with the graphics. The whole game is in 3D, where a lot of games at the time, like on PlayStation, they were like 3D backgrounds and 2D sprites. I love that more, but I do like how they took the liberty of doing something different here and making it look pretty cool. Star Soldier Vanishing Earth technically was in arcades at the same time it was on console, but since then, it's never been re-released. So, if you want to play this game, well, it's kind of a little hefty. It's over $50 or so, loose. So, if you want to play it, well, it's only like an hour to 2 hours of gameplay, but it's $50 or more if you want to buy it, which isn't terrible for a game like this, but wanted to mention that in case anyone wants to buy this game. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoy this kind of content, be sure to give it a like. You got something to say? Leave a comment down below. And of course, if you want to see more content like this in the future, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.